One more minute. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and speak. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Everyone can see we're together as we walk on by. And we fly just like birds of a feather. I won't tell no lie. All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just let me state for the record, we're giving love in a family dose. We are family. Hey, 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 hey. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing or speak. Sing it to me. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Living life is fun, and we've just begun to get our share of this world's delights. Hi, hopes we have for the future, and our goals in sight. No, we don't get depressed. Here's what we call our golden rule. Have faith in you and the things you do. You won't go wrong. Oh no, this is our family jewel. Yeah, sing it to me. Yeah, get up and sing it to me. Oh, I can hear you now or soon. Oh, have faith in you and the things you do. Hey, hey, ooh. Hey, hey, hey. Get up now. Oh, hey, 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 hey. Oh, oh, oh. I got my sisters with me. Everybody. Hey, 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 hey. Oh. Hey, 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 hey. Oh. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, oh. Get up and sing it to me. Hey. Ubuntu. Thank you. Okay. So it is my pleasure and honor to welcome all of you to the Florida Eastern US Day of the precious HerStory Women's Global Empowerment Summit. I was interviewed, it's almost exactly 2 years ago now, by our dear global founder and curator of the HerStory Women's Global Empowerment Conference, who we met on Haro, Help a Reporter Out, when Gertrude was still blogging for Huffington Post. And we had the interview over Zoom. And then as Gertrude, a month, 6 weeks later, maybe you contacted me. And as you were contacting others you had interviewed, and let us know that you were launching this global series, and to see if I might be interested in sharing. And let us know about how the proceeds from it will go toward helping grassroots social impact movements around the world that are helping women, children, the elderly, disabled, and homeless. It's such an honor to be a part of it. Thank you. And my committee and I, many of whom are here today, Mary Alice, Petra, Mary Tyler, Maria, who has joined us recently, we are all just very honored to have been able to assist in doing so, as well as helping to share the motivational, inspiring, impactful stories of women with our sisterhood of women throughout the world. It's also my honor to share with the sponsors, or to share the names of the sponsors who have assisted us here in South Florida in beginning and going forward with the HerStory Women's Empowerment Conference here. A local foundation, the Williamson Family Foundation, funded by the owners of Williamson Cadillac and GMC car dealership, were our first donors, and we thank them so very much. We have also been supported by our fiscal agent, the Coral Gables Community Foundation, and our new and first woman mayor of Miami-Dade County. Yes, precious mayor, Honorable Daniela Levine Cava, who was first elected as a county commissioner in 2014, re-elected in 2018, and elected last month again as our first woman mayor in Miami-Dade County, Florida. Congratulations, Mayor Daniela Levine Cava. And given the stressful life and life-threatening times we have been going through globally with the COVID pandemic, I have felt called to share some of the wondrous things that happened leading into and following the deaths of both of my parents several years ago, but with the intention of helping those dealing with possibly regretfully facing death of loved ones, whether due to COVID or other reasons, for other reasons. First, with regard to my father, shortly after he passed away, I went for a hypnosis session with a dear hypnotherapist and shaman. And some might think I imagined it, but the hypnotherapist and I both felt his presence while I was in the very relaxed state, the hypnotic state. And he appeared out of a beautiful golden light. And I told my therapist, he's here. And he said, yes, I know, I feel him. And he said, so is there anything you need to say to him? I said, no, I said everything I needed to say the last time we saw each other. We went over all the difficulties we had had in life together and forgave each other and, you know, went forward peaceful. And he said, oh, no wonder this is happening this way. He said, so say to him anything you want to. I just turned to my father and said, Daddy, I love you so much. I thank you so much for your forgiveness and for us reconnecting. And then the shaman hypnotherapist said to me, well, ask him if there's anything he needs to tell you. And so I did. And he turned to me and said, walk toward the light, dear sis. He and my brothers always called me sis. Walk toward the light, dear sis. That's all you need to know. Walk toward the light. It was incredible. The session ended a little while after that, and on my way out the door, the therapist said to me, don't be surprised if your father starts to appear to you in dreams now. And I thought, well, maybe not, we'll see. Well, sure enough, a few weeks later, he appeared in a dream. He and I were standing in the middle of a circle. There were our family members on his side of the family around the outside, all saying to him, Arthur, what are you doing here? Arthur, we thought you were dead. Arthur, aren't you dead? Arthur, where are you? What happened? He turned to all of them and he said, I did pass away. And then he turned to me and said, but sis, you know why I'm here, don't you? And I said, yes, Daddy, you're here to tell me who's going to die next. And he said, yes, I am. And it is your oldest brother. He has something happening in his abdomen and he doesn't know it. And if he doesn't see a doctor soon, he will die. I sat bolt upright in bed going, what am I supposed to do with this? My oldest brother will never believe me if I tell him this. He'll think I'm crazy or something. I don't know what I'm going to do. And then I thought, okay, I'll call shaman tomorrow and tell him what happened and ask him what he thinks I should do. So I called the next morning. I told him what had happened. And he said, well, it's clear that you're supposed to be the messenger, but that doesn't mean you have to tell him how you got the message. And then I knew immediately what I needed to do. He was living in Korea at the time, South Korea. He had retired from the military there, had married a lovely Korean woman, my dear sister-in-law. It was clear back in the early 90s that this happened, when the technology over there wasn't that great, and computer technology, internet stuff wasn't happening that strongly then. And there wasn't a phone that I could rely on with them to call. So I said, okay, I'll write a letter. I sat down and wrote a letter to him. Dear brother, I have the feeling that you are ill, something going on in your abdomen and you don't know it. Please go see a doctor for me as soon as possible and let me know what they tell you. And a couple of weeks later, I get the letter back from him. Dear sis, when I first received your letter, I thought to myself, oh, that's just my little sister. She's just worried about me because our father just died. He said, but my wife said to me, no, when you get notice like this from a family member, you go and get checked out, if for no other reason than that you can assure her that you are okay. So please go get checked out. So he said, I did. I went to a military base here where they have a hospital, US military base. Since I'm retired military, I could go. I went in, got checked out. Sure enough, at the end of the day, after they had examined me head to toe, the doctor came back in and said, it's a good thing you came in today. You have an obstruction starting in your colon that if you hadn't come in today would have burst in the next day or two and would have killed you. I couldn't make this kind of thing up if I tried, and I would never have known to reach out to him and tell him, you know, I'm concerned about you. I wasn't worrying about him until Dad came to me in a dream and told me, tell your brother to go to the doctor or he's going to die. And he would have. Incredible. I have another, let's see how much time, we've got a few minutes left. Okay, I'll do another quick sharing with you about when my mother, years later, my mother lived the last 6 months of her life with me. She was bedbound the last several months, last 6 years rather of her life with me. She was bedbound the last several months of her life. And I came home and I had a caretaker who stayed with her while I was working. I came home one day, the caretaker, you know, met me at the door going, she keeps saying, where's that man? Where's that man? But there hasn't been a man here today. Her hospice doctor didn't come. There hasn't been a man here. So I said, okay, I'll go in and talk to her and find out what's going on. It's okay, calm down. So I went into my mom, you know, hi mom, how are you? And she looked up from her hospital bed in her bedroom here at the house and she's, where's that man? Where's that man? I said, mom, I don't know. I wasn't going to tell her there hasn't been a man here because I wanted to know what she was thinking. I said, mom, I'm not sure. I think he had to leave, but why? Who was he? And she said, well, your father. My father had been dead for about 20 years then. Your father. I said, oh, mom, he had to leave, but why? What did he want? Well, where's that letter he left? Where's that letter he left? I said, I'm not sure. I'll look for it, but what did it say? Then this peace flowed over her and she said, it said, where I am now, the beautiful birds sing so loudly and the light shines so brightly that we can't sleep, but we don't need to. Don't be afraid. Open your windows and let the light in. Incredible. And then the day that she passed away, which some of you may have heard me share before when I spoke with Gertrude on the Best You video, the day that she passed away, it was clear that that was her day. I had hospice nurses here with me, went into her room, you know, in and out to take care of meals for the people who were here helping me and doing different things. And eventually it was just the 2 hospice nurses and me and a caretaker I had here helping me that were here. I went into her room with her, sat with my back to the windows. I'm sitting looking at my precious mother. who had that death rattle and that gray grizzly look of death on her. And my little kitty came in and sat up next to me and was looking at her also, just, so focused on her with love and a positive attention, positive energy. And all of a sudden, it looked like someone had opened the blinds behind me, and that there was, hot afternoon sunlight coming in onto her. And I turned to look at them and to ask someone, please close those. She's uncomfortable anyway. Please don't have this hot light shining in on her when she's so uncomfortable. I turned and looked, and the blinds were all closed still. I turned and looked back at her and saw that this beautiful golden light was coming from within her, was all around her body. I called the attention of the nurses and the caretaker to it, said, look, she's glowing, this beautiful golden light energy. They all turned and looked and, oh, how beautiful, how beautiful. The hospice nurses said, we see this occasionally in people, but we know it happens all the time. We just don't always see it. As soon as we all had focused on her, and she couldn't hear us. She had been unconscious for several days. She couldn't see us. Her eyes were closed. But as soon as we were all focused on her, she lost that gray, grisly look of death. She lost the death rattle, took a long, slow, deep breath, smiled, exhaled. And as she exhaled her last breath, we saw that beautiful golden energy lift up and out of her, out through the veil. She crossed the stream. We saw it happen right in front of us. And again, I share this with people because I know so many, well, all of us in this world have lost someone and at one time or another, and there's so much loss going on now. I just want to share this with people so that I can assure people that just because the human body is gone, I now have experienced proof myself that that doesn't mean our existence has come to an end. And so to close the session, I'll just share with you. Now, I believe in angels, something good in everything I see. I believe in angels, and when I know the time is right for me, I'll cross the stream, as we all will. I have a dream. I'll cross the stream. I have a dream. Thank you so much for letting me share this with you. Thank you.